Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Wealth. I hope you guys are having a very good weekend. I am back here to the castle, but I'll be traveling again next week. As I've mentioned, by the way, during the live stream, thank you very much for asking. Things are progressing very well with me, and I'm on the clear path by April to have everything at 100%. In the beginning of April, meaning around the 5th or the 6th of April, everything should be back to normal. So thank you very much for those of you who are concerned. And don't forget, drop that like and subscribe. It's highly appreciated. So thank you very much for your support. By the way, around the crypto cycle at this moment, we are still a bit on the heavy dominance side for Bitcoin. We should be relinquishing some of that dominance by the time of the cycle, but indeed, the ETFs have proven to change the dynamics a little bit, in which Bitcoin is holding better than it should by this time. Now, Ethereum in particular is underperforming expectations. Cycle 3 curse. Now, as I mentioned, people are saying, oh no, but Ethereum will be much better even this cycle because it's going to be deflationary and it's proof of stake. There's no more the constant selling pressure of the miners, blah, 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 to pay for electricity costs. Say, okay, man, but it's cycle 3. And I've seen enough coins going through cycle 3, including Bitcoin, by the way. I mean, most people forget in 2021, we had everything in our favor. We had infinite money printing, zero interest rates, euphoria on every single asset, everything going up. But at the end of the day, what did Bitcoin do? $69,000. Okay, how much is $69,000? 350% versus 2017 all-time high. So in 40 years, basically from 2017 to 2021, we went up 350%. Now that's much better than the stock market, don't get me wrong, that is a great ROI, but it's no longer the 600x, the 20,000x that Bitcoin used to do in the past. So that is just the reality. But in any case, it's still successful. But keep in mind, cycle 3 for Ethereum, so Ethereum is poised to disappoint. Now maybe the Ethereum spot ETFs will change that. I think it depends a little bit by the time they came out. I think if they came out in 2025 or close to 2025 and Bitcoin is at, for example, 150, 175K, I think that's the perfect top signal in my view. But we'll see when we get there. No point in trying to predict too much of the future. By the way, cycle 2 coins or cycle 2 narratives, I apologize, cycle 2 narratives tend to perform better a little bit after Bitcoin has already pumped the most, meaning their gains tend to be concentrated on a shorter time wind frame and quite almost at the end of the bull market, meaning that the greatest gains on cycle 2 narratives, like layer 1 cheaper Ethereums, will probably see their highest gains over the last 3 to 4 months of the cycle. We'll keep notice. I've been DCAing and buying bigger clips of Pulsechain and PULSEX, as everybody knows. And that's going to be my strategy, particularly if I see a big selling movements. There is something I would like to address, which is there's this ongoing conversation on the community of paying whatever needs to be paid for Pulsechain to be listed on MEXC exchange. And Richard has mentioned all the downfalls with centralized exchanges, particularly the ones which are not real exchanges. So I'm not talking about, Coinbase, of course, it has real users, or Kraken or Binance. But mostly all the others, and KuCoin, but mostly all the others. Now, I do agree with the deficiencies of centralized exchanges, so I'm not trying to put this into question. But the reality is, most people that are coming in, they want something convenient and easy. They want, is the principle of the convenience store versus, going to the bottom of the Walmart store and standing in line, for a cheaper price. Most people just, they just want to go to the freaking convenience store, get the bubble gums and go home. And what I think Pulsechain desperately needs is an easier access to to the ecosystem. And the reason why I'm saying this is I actually work with very smart people, many people on the finance industry. And by the time that I say MetaMask and bridges, they don't even understand the difference between Ethereum, Pulsechain, Binance Smart Chain. They don't even understand that there are different blockchains that don't talk to each other, and that you need bridges to interconnect to each other. So by the time that I'm talking about all of that, they are already lost. Say, oh my God, yeah, I don't have time to go through all of that and have this steep learning curve in the process. Where can I brag? Can I just freaking download an app in my phone and just buy the freaking coin? Like, this is what they want. The majority of people that I talk to, this is what they want. They want to put something on their phone, which I heavily advise to not have crypto on your phone, but I mean, I cannot do anything against it. I say, please at least use your computer, with a good antivirus and the VPN, but at least learn about cold storage. But for some of them, MetaMask is already a concept, or Phantom wallets is already a concept well far beyond their level of comfort. So the point being, you really need these centralized exchanges, not to leave your coins there, but to at least facilitate on-ramp and off-ramp, from fiat to crypto and then from crypto to fiat. Now, then you can teach people about holding their own coins, about, cold storage and all of that. But I mean, some of them, they just, look, man, I have a few €1,000 or dollars that I want to deploy just to see if I catch something in the bull market. And I don't want to spend, 10 hours figuring out through tutorial after tutorial after tutorial. And probably they're going to go to Telegram or something, and probably going to be scammed in the first 5 minutes. I mean, you see the point. Like, most people that have kids, the people that have real money, they have good jobs, but they have families, they have friends, they have very limited free time. They don't want to spend 10 hours figuring out how to do all the steps into getting into the coin. They just want to buy a freaking coin. That's about it. So in that sense, I respectfully disagree, in the sense that, look, have them buy it on the centralized exchange and then teach them the benefits of getting out of it. That's much more relevant, rather than, no, the only way to access it, you need to do this and that and the other, and then 3 steps. And my God, by the time you're talking about DeFi, hot wallets, cold wallets, they're already lost. So look, man, I'll just buy freaking Ethereum and Bitcoin and that's it. This is actually what I've seen happening. So I heavily disagree on that point. But in any case, I still think the ecosystem will work out fine. Will it do the 10,000x that everybody was expecting? But look, man, I don't think so. But that's why I position myself in such a way that I don't need it to do a 10,000x. In fact, if it does a 50 to 75x, I'm already extremely happy. And I do believe that is very likely to happen. Of course, it's not financial advice, it's my conviction. And I mean, I call it my retirement coins, so you should know how convinced I am. But in any case, I've been also edging and diversifying into what I consider to be cycle 1 narratives and coins that can have outsized returns compared to expectations. Those are the ones that I call lottery tickets. So I play small clips into them. I don't go crazy. The reason being is you cannot prepare for them in the bear market. There's literally just not enough data for you to guess the next narratives, and they can be the stupidest of things. So in that sense, you need to be aware that in every crypto cycle, you have the cycle 1 narratives, which are the most powerful and the most violent in terms of upside movement. And the key is that those are, in my view, where you really get the asymmetric risk reward, because, if I lose $1,000, will it bankrupt me beyond repair? Of course not. But if I get 1,000x, that's $1 million. If I get 100x, that's $100,000. So that's the point. So one of the coins that I was talking about, and that came out on the March 22nd, was, of course, Pikamoon. Now, Pikamoon, I participated in the pre-sale phase 1, in which the coins were 3 zeros and a 2. and the coin is currently at 2 zeros and a 2, so a 10x for my investment, so I'm pretty happy with it. At some point it was 20x or very close to 20x my investment. So it's a good start. I do have a lot of expectations for this coin. I think, you know, by the time that I invested, it was limited information, so that's why I deployed a bit of a small bag, because it was impossible to, I mean, there are so many crypto gaming coins out there that you cannot really, you know, in my view at that time, you could not really go big. However, the team has proven to be exactly what they said they would be. And they've been delivering every step of the way. So I'm very excited about it. Will we get the famous $1 billion market cap? We'll see. Probably is one of the most likely ones that I have in my lottery ticket to get there. Now, the other one is Pulselaunch. So there was the issue with the PDAI and ETHEREUM that I've referred in my live stream. There was no scam, there was no rug pulling. It was just a flaw in the system that was caught very, very early. So the team removed liquidity, and they will relaunch it soon without the issues that they identified. So was it an ideal start? Of course not. Could it be much worse? Of course, yes. So at the same time, not everything is bad in that sense. And fortunately, not a lot of damage was done at the time. Now, finally, on Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and now it's up to you to figure out what is that in your time zone, is where Gofurs, which is the famous meme coin on Pulsechain that also launched in Ethereum, both places successfully, will launch in meme coin land, which is Solana. And for that one, because I know Deepcatcher, which is a very well-known member of the community, because they already have a track record on Pulsechain on Ethereum, I consider it a bit more safe lottery ticket. So in that sense, I've deployed a bit north of $2,000 into that, and I do have a bit more, higher expectations and a higher likelihood of success on that lottery ticket. Liquid JPEGs seems to be something people enjoy, at least on two chains, and I do think on Solana meme coin land, I think it will be extremely good. Now, I've heard people trashing Solana because it's consistently down. That is true. And because basically the entire ecosystem is predicated on meme coins, which are pure garbage that will all disappear in the next cycle. That may well be. The reality is they flipped Ethereum in terms of volume. And the reason is, I'm pretty sure that all the people on Pulsechain would be extremely happy to have their chain on the number one spot per volume, particularly with the crazy buy and burn of PULSEX. That means that PULSEX would be up now by like 50x. So, look, I agree. Most of them are garbage. Almost all of them are garbage. Almost all of them will go to zero. That's all true. I don't dispute it. I don't dispute that during the next bear market, probably Solana ecosystem will be the most harmed one. However, people want new things. People want cycle one narratives, people want meme coins, and you have two choices. Either you have a city in which you give people what they want, or you insult them and you hope they come anyway. It's up to you. So I'm seeing a bit of change in strategy. I'm still very hopeful because of that. But I just wanted to give an update also on that side. So on the lottery tickets, Pikamoon, so far it's been a success. I hope I have a bit higher expectations for that project that I had, a few months ago, or basically in the beginning. And on Gofurs, it's probably the one that I have the most confidence that they will do well. However, I still didn't deploy, crazy amounts that would jeopardize my future. I've deployed what I think can give me some good outsized gains going forward. And, hopefully not so long in the future. Then my plan will be to, depending on the returns, to eventually rotate a substantial part into Pulsechain and PulseX, and the other one I may take some profits because this year is going to be quite the expensive year for me. And hopefully I can use actually one of my lottery tickets to take out all my principal, and then I can really focus on the cycle, because I know that I talk in a way that my focus is 2025, and it is, don't get me wrong, but I'm also human. I also feel disappointment, I also feel frustration, I also feel fear, just like you. So if I manage to get one of these lottery tickets high enough to take out my principal, well, then I can play the rest of the cycle 100% risk-free, which means that my decision making will be even better, because I won't have any skin in the game, and I will be completely clean and out of any potential losses and any potential mistakes. So basically I will have the step 1 of my strategy, which is impossible to lose money. Then having a free house by the age of 31. Then financial independence, and hopefully, this is what I'm really dreaming of, generational wealth. So guys, I will take you through the ride as I've been doing so far. Thank you very much for your support, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.